Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Cucamonga Valley Medical Group's Healthy Living Program. My name is Sabrina, and I am a community health educator. And as a health educator, my goal is to help people live their best life through healthy lifestyle choices. And that's what I do. I teach diabetes education, I teach weight loss, and I also teach these healthy living webinars. So I really enjoy my job. I love learning and growing with all of you. So with that being said, I am really excited to be here with all of you tonight. Thank you for tuning in and joining into this healthy living program. So remember, this is interactive, so please feel free to chat with me, ask me any questions you may have. And at the end, I save some time for a Q&A session, so you can save your questions towards the end as well. Tonight's healthy living topic is about lowering your risk of cancer. Now, there's many factors that influence whether a person gets cancer. The good news is that there are healthy habits that you can adopt that will significantly lower your risk of cancer. And for tonight's webinar, I will be sharing the top 4 things you can do to lower your risk of cancer. So let's get started. The first thing you can do to lower your risk of cancer is to get regular cancer screenings. Well, why is that important? Why do you want to get regularly screened for cancer? Well, that's because regularly screening tests can catch those cancers early when they are small, when they haven't spread, and when they're the most easiest to treat. Some important screenings that are available and effective are going to be screenings for breast, colorectal, cervix, skin, and prostate and lung cancers. Okay, so it is recommended to get a physical every year and talk to your healthcare provider about which cancer screenings are right for you. And if you didn't know, October is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And to increase awareness of this disease, Juliana Ciliani, one of Cucamonga Valley Medical Group's wonderful providers, would like to inform you that regular breast cancer screenings are vital to detect early signs of cancer in order to treat it before it has a chance to grow, spread, or cause any further problems. We start screening at the age of 40 annually or once every 2 years. However, women that are considered high risk for breast cancer should consult with their healthcare provider to decide if screenings should start earlier. Okay, so remember to schedule and get a physical each year and ask your healthcare provider which cancer screenings are right for you. The second thing you can do to lower your risk of cancer is to maintain a healthy weight. Maintaining a healthy weight is important because being overweight increases your risk of several types of cancers, especially breast and colon cancer. And being overweight also increases your risk of developing other diseases such as diabetes and heart disease. So maintaining a healthy weight is a powerful way you can stay healthy and prevent disease, and of course, lower your cancer risk. Well, what is a healthy weight? To find out what is a healthy weight for you, we're going to use something called the BMI. And this is going to be used as a screening method to figure out a weight category, a specific weight category. And to make things easy for you, I found a great chart. I'm going to go ahead and share it online, and you can figure out what's going to be a healthy weight for you. So this chart is from the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute, and I do have the source listed below. So here we go. To use this chart, you're going to go ahead and find your height in inches first in this column. So I'm going to go down. I am 68 inches tall, and then I'm going to go over this row and find my weight. I do weigh about 145 pounds. So here is my weight. Now, if I go up this column, I'll be able to see my BMI. So my BMI is 22, and I am in a normal weight category. Now, a normal weight category, this category is going to be considered your healthy weight. So you want to be in a weight that it's going to be in this white section under normal. And then we have an overweight category, obese, and an extreme obesity category. So you can go ahead and again, find your height in inches, scroll over, find your weight, and you'll be able to see what weight category you are currently in. And you can see what would be an ideal weight for you. So for example, if I am 66 inches tall and I weigh 161 pounds, I can start reaching maybe 148. That would be a good goal. That would be a goal, something I can work towards to reach that healthy weight and try to maintain that. So this chart is a reliable and a basic way to find out what is a healthy weight for you. So now that you know what is your healthy weight, well, how can you get there or maintain that healthy weight? And that's, of course, going to be through eating a healthy diet and getting regular exercise. So eating a healthy diet and getting regular exercise will help you reach and maintain a healthy weight, which will, of course, lower your risk of cancer. So eating a healthy diet is the most powerful thing you can do to stay healthy and lower your risk of cancer. The American Cancer Society says that the dietary pattern that shows the most benefits, the most health benefits, is going to be based mainly on plant foods. So eating a whole food, plant-based diet is going to be ideal for preventing cancer. Well, what is a whole food-based diet? What foods does that include? So that's going to be number one, legumes, which are beans. And if any of my participants or anyone from my class is watching, they know that I am a huge bean advocate. Beans is a huge health food, and it's a great thing to start implementing in your diet. They're full of fiber and nutrients, and they're really, really just a great healthy food to include. Next is vegetables. Of course, vegetables. We always hear about vegetables, but especially those non-starchy vegetables. So green leafy vegetables, right? And also cruciferous vegetables. Those are really the ideal types of vegetables. And then we have whole fruits, so including some whole fruits. Nuts and seeds. Nuts and seeds, another whole food. It is plant-based, really, really another great health food. And of course, whole grains. So that's going to be things like oats, quinoa, brown rice, whole grain pasta. Okay, so you want to make sure that your diet or the food you are eating each day is coming from these food categories that you see on the screen. So these types of food should be making up the majority of your diet. The American Cancer Society also states that a healthy eating pattern does not include sugar-sweetened beverages. Okay, so that's going to be things like soda, energy drinks, sugar-sweetened juices. It does not include highly processed foods and refined grain products. So really junk food, right? All that packaged food, really processed food. And then it does not include red and processed meats. Now, I really fast want to make a few points about red and processed meats because it is important when talking about cancer prevention. So processed meats are a group 1 carcinogen, meaning that there is sufficient evidence that these products cause cancer in humans. So in other words, we know that processed meats cause cancer in humans. Processed meat refers to any meat that has been transformed through things like salting, curing, fermentation, smoking, or other processes that enhance the flavor or improve the shelf life, make it preserved for a longer period. Some examples of processed meat are going to be bacon, sausage, ham, bologna, hot dogs, deli meats. Deli meats is a big one. Corned beef, beef jerky, as well as any canned meat and any meat-based preparation and sauces. So you really want to do your best to avoid processed meats. And you know what? Evidence that red and processed meats has been around for decades. It's the studies and the research has been piling up. There's a lot of evidence to support this. And for that reason, many health organizations recommend limiting or avoiding these foods. So to review what we just covered, the second thing you can do to lower your cancer risk is to maintain a healthy weight through eating a healthy diet and getting regular exercise. Getting regular exercise is really important, and I do find that in many of my classes with my participants and clients is that this one's the hardest one to do, right? We are busy, trying to exercise regularly can be a hard thing to achieve. And I really want to dedicate a webinar or some type of more information on how you can get started with regular exercise. So if that interests you, please let me know. You can comment in this video. Let me know at the survey at the end of this webinar. You can comment on our social media. So go ahead and just let me know what you want to learn, and I'll be more than happy to include that. The third thing you can do to lower your cancer risk is going to be avoid risky behaviors. The top 2 risky behaviors to avoid is going to be drinking alcohol and using tobacco products. So drinking alcohol raises your risk for breast, throat, liver, colorectal, and other cancers. So basically, the more alcohol you drink, the higher your risk of cancer. Now, in the case for tobacco, avoiding tobacco or deciding to stop using it is an important part of cancer prevention. If you need help quitting tobacco, one of the best things you can do is talk to your healthcare provider and discuss this with them. They can help you figure out strategies to quit, resources, and products. So if you need some help quitting, your healthcare provider will definitely be a person that can help you with that. And in addition, I did include some resources to help you quit. We have the American Lung Association, and they do have a program called Freedom from Smoking. They offer classes, local groups, and some study programs. So this is a great resource. And then we have Kick It California. And Kick It California has a ton of free resources, such as a smoker's hotline. They also have phone and texting counseling, which is pretty cool. They offer free nicotine patches and a quitting smoking app. So super cool. And if you need some extra resources or support, these 2 resources would be a great place to go to. So check these out for some help quitting smoking. The fourth thing you can do to lower your risk of cancer is to protect yourself from the sun. The sun lamps, the tanning beds, all of these things give off ultraviolet rays. And these rays will cause skin damage. Now, once the skin is damaged, it can lead to skin cancer. So skin cancer is one of the most common kinds of cancer and one of the most preventable. So I'm going to share some ways that you can protect yourself from the sun. So number 1, you want to avoid those tanning beds and sun lamps. Many people believe that these things are not as harmful as the natural sunlight, but that is just not true. They have really been linked to skin cancer. So we want to do our best to avoid these tanning beds and sun lamps, especially at a young age. We want to stay in the shade. So when you are outdoors, stay in the shade as much as possible. Physical protection is the best type of protection. And so again, just staying in the shade is going to be an important way to limit your exposure to those harmful rays. Wear protective clothing. So you want to cover any exposed areas. You can wear, of course, shirts, long sleeve shirts, pants, wide brimmed hats are great. Sunglasses to protect the sensitive skin around your eyes. So you're using clothing to cover up those other areas that are exposed. You're protecting your skin. And of course, using sunscreen. So when you are in the sun, always apply sunscreen to your skin that has at least SPF 15 or even better, SPF 30. So protecting yourself from the sun is an important way that you can lower your risk of one of the most common types of cancer. So that was the top 4 things you can do to lower your risk of cancer. I'm going to go ahead and review them really quickly before we go. So here we go. The top 4 things that you can do to lower your risk of cancer. Number 1, getting regular cancer screenings. So you are getting an annual physical and you are asking your healthcare provider what cancer screenings are right for you. Next, you want to maintain a healthy weight through healthy eating and regular exercise. Super powerful, one of the most powerful ways that you can protect your health and lower your cancer risk. Avoid those risky behaviors, such as excessive alcohol use and tobacco use, and protecting yourself from the sun. Remember, skin cancer is the most common and it is the most preventable, and you can prevent that by protecting yourself from the sun. So these are the top 4 things that you can do to lower your risk of cancer. We're going to go ahead and open it up for the Q&A. So if you have any questions, go ahead and submit them at this time. It looks like we already have a question in our Q&A, and it says, who said that processed meat is group 1? Great question. I should have included that in the presentation, but the World Health Organization categorizes processed meat as a group 1 carcinogen. So it is a World Health Organization that is coming out with that statement. I think that was a really great question. Thank you for asking that. Yeah, so that's just not my opinion. Definitely not. That is from the World Health Organization. And that's a huge, huge point, is that we do want to do our best to lower or limit our consumption of red and processed meats. That's going to be a really impactful way to lower your cancer risk. Great question. Thank you. How are we doing? So I don't see any more questions coming in. That is okay. Thank you for participating. So before I let you go, I do want to make a quick announcement that CVMG offers free access on our website to the Healthy Living video series. A video of today's presentation, which is about lowering your cancer risk, will be available within a few days, and videos from all our previous Healthy Living program presentations are available now. So please go to the Healthy Living program page. You can find the link on the screen, and go ahead and access the library and choose a Healthy Living video that is of interest to you and your family. At CVMG, you are treated like family. And just like family, we want you to live your best healthy life. Well, thank you all for participating tonight. I hope you guys got some good information, some good things to start trying out at home. Next month is all about diabetes. This is going to be a really great and informative webinar. So if you or a loved one is interested in anything, any information pertaining about diabetes, this would be the place to go. I'm going to be talking about ways that you can prevent diabetes and some basic ways, some great strategies to self-manage diabetes and to implement any healthy living changes that are going to improve diabetes. So that's going to be really great. I'm looking forward to that. That's one of my specialties is diabetes. So I hope to see all of you there. And thank you again for all joining tonight. See you next time.